Hello, viewers. Today we are starting a new series called Executive Desk, where we'll have a chat with the leading executives of private sector. Today we are going to touch upon a subject of how the private sector companies in India played an important role during the COVID-19 pandemic. Established in 1910, ITC is a diversified conglomerate with business spanning FMCG, hotels, packaging, paperboards and specialty paper, agri and IT businesses. To talk on more how ITC played a helping hand, we have a very special guest, Mr. Anil Rajput, Senior Vice President Corporate Affairs at the ITC Group. Before we start chatting with him, he has been with ITC for over 4 decades, since he joined in 1976 and headed ITC Corporate Affairs as Senior Vice President since 2007. As part of his current role in public advocacy for the company, he represents ITC on all major chambers of the country like CII, FICCI, ASSOCHAM, PhD, and International Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Anil Rajput, welcome to this very special program.
Thank you, Amya. Thank you very much for sharing your platform with me.
I'll start with my first question. How corporates like ITC played an important role in extending support to medical infrastructure? Can you elaborate on this?
Amya, as this was a greatest pressure on the humankind, this pandemic is something that nobody has seen in the last 100 years. This was a crisis of a kind that any amount of effort by anybody was a drop in the ocean. Government of India has made several interventions to fight this. Corporate sector also, in its own small way, has come forward in contributing whatever they can to help mitigate this huge disaster that our country is facing today. ITC's philosophy goes back to many years, as long as I have been in this company. We have been a proponent of playing an active role in the societal upliftment. ITC was the first company in this country, if you go back to the 70s, which had set up Sangeet Research Academy for the benefit of classical Sangeet players in this country. So doing good to the society is at the core of ITC's heart. When this tragedy struck, we wanted to play a very active role. As you know, in the first phase, the challenges were very different. People were stranded at different places. They had a huge problem of food and shelter. And hand hygiene was another very, very big issue at that time. So we came forward at that time to help in whichever way we could to feed those hungry people across the country. We provided sanitizers, masks, soaps, etc. in the first phase of pandemic. The second wave took all of us by surprise. This was not something that we had actually imagined or planned for. Suddenly, the number of cases surged so much that we were unable to have any infrastructure to handle that surge. People were there at the doorsteps of various hospitals. Doctors were overworked. Medical equipment was in short supply. And the worst thing was shortage of oxygen. Unfortunately, many lives were lost because of non-availability of oxygen. So the first intervention that we made, we worked with Linde to increase the capacity of their back-end infrastructure. So we allowed them to import 24 cryogenic containers to augment their capacity so that the turnaround time could be reduced. As you know, in India, fortunately, there was enough oxygen supply, but getting that oxygen from the source to the destination was one of the biggest challenges. So from our company, that was the first task that we did. Second thing that we did, we placed orders to import 1,200 concentrators from international market, because India did not have any capacity of concentrators of this size. But even in the international market, they were not available so easily. So we did our best to import several of these concentrators and started to distribute them wherever, as and when the supply was coming, we were distributing them to the people. The third intervention that we made was we placed order, because we thought that this is a time when we could augment capacity of several government hospitals or private hospitals with the oxygen generators. So we placed order for 24 generators, which have been in the process of being installed at different states currently. And that's another thing that we did. Our plant in Bhadrachalam, which is a paper plant, had a nitrogen plant. And we repurposed that nitrogen plant to supply oxygen to the neighborhood of our factory in those hospitals, so that people who are getting impacted with that have the benefit of oxygen supplies closer to their place. We also worked with 3 state governments to create COVID care center. 600-bed facility of COVID care center was created by us in Calcutta, Bihar, and Madhya Pradesh. So these are some of the things. There are many things that we did, but these are broadly the major intervention that we made during the second wave. As you know, the most important of all is how to do social distancing, masking, etc., for the public at large. We did huge amount of distribution for these things also during the second phase.
Mr. Rajput, you nicely explained to our viewers how important role you played as a responsible private sector company. My next question will be, since you have exposure to many sectors like IT, FMCG, hospitality, so how did you deal with this pandemic? What was the strategy you have adopted?
You see, because we are in multiple businesses, each business had a very different challenge. And we had to think about how to deal for that business and come out winner in that. For our factories, we needed to work differently. We had to kind of create a transport bubble for our employees. We had to space to be created between each workers. We had to create separate zones for each area, so that if there is any situation which led to anybody getting impacted, how to sanitize, isolate that area, sanitize that. So that was something that we did for each factory, how each person before he enters is checked. We did some RT-PCR test regularly for our employees, because testing is one of the important tools to effectively handle this crisis. Then there were some jobs that we could do from home. So all those activities that our employees could perform from home, they were asked to stay back at home and work from home on virtual platform. Then for hotels, just for example, we worked on a principle of be assured. We wanted to create confidence amongst the consumers that if you come to our hotel, you will be safe. So we worked with an international agency, DNV, to create a whole environment which gives confidence to the consumer that if you go to our hotel, they will be quite safe. So, there are different strategies that were applied to different businesses so that there is a continuity of business and lives and livelihoods, both can be managed well.
Sir, during the first COVID crisis and the second wave, did ITC contribute to the government exchequer, and what was the budget you allocated to deal with this pandemic?
You see, we contributed to PM care at that time. See, I don't think we were really looking at our purse as to how much money that we need to allocate for this. We were responding to the need of the hour. Whatever demands were there, we wanted to kind of put our best foot forward based on our organization's capability. And whether it was in the phase one or the second phase, our chairman was very clear that this is a crisis of a kind that humankind has not seen in the recent past. So we should not be looking at what the expense is as much as what we can do for the society.
Sir, COVID crisis has brought a big change to the way companies are now going to operate in future. Post-COVID, what are the new working protocols being adopted by the ITC workforce? And is there a strategy to work for future with regards to various sectors where ITC is in business?
See, again, I must confess that this is a still work in progress. The whole COVID and its implication, the scientific community is still struggling to find as to what all needs to be done for a safe environment, whether it is working or non-working environment. If you noticed earlier, they said surface disinfectants are very important because you are getting impacted or contagious because of the surface. And in the second phase or in the last couple of months, they are talking about no, it is now in the air. And the recent one you must have read that now they are talking about it is in the water. It's kind of in Ahmedabad, news has come that in the river also they have found this. So therefore, coming to any definitive conclusion as to how we need to deal when we totally open up is a little premature, I would say. But having said that, we would actually follow all the protocols that WHO or CDC have announced so far, maintain all social distancing norms. Use of mask for our employees will be very, very critical because mask is something which is definitely proven to be a most helpful precautionary measure that one can think of during these times. The workstation must have a proper distance so that you're not working very close to each other. So we might not open our 100% staff strength in offices where we are unable to provide that distance from one to another. All meetings should take place with the people where there's enough gap between two people. They are in the waiting hall or meeting rooms and not in the offices. If you have conferences, even there you should have enough distance with the people who are sitting together. If it is a centrally air-conditioned office, what needs to be done to ensure that the disease doesn't move from one person to another through the air ducts, etc., etc. These are some of the things that we will be very careful. And we'll continue to keep an eye as to what is happening, what are the latest development, and how we need to constantly update going forward.
So since the sectors you are into, it employs a huge workforce. So what kind of programs or what kind of support you have extended to your own employees?
See, in ITC, we have always believed that human resources are your most important assets. As Peter Drucker said once, that men, money, material can be made available to all organizations, and it is available in abundance. It is the men who make the difference for the organization, because all other materials can be made available. So ITC has always believed in this philosophy that men are our most important assets. So we do everything possible that we can do for our employees, their well-being, their families' well-being. So even during this period, well before this happened, our HR team got into the act, issued advisory to our employees, what are the do's and don'ts, created norms, how many people can go, how many cannot go, who can go, issued advisory for their residences, that whether you can be allowed to get external help or not get external help. What are the conditions that if you get an external help that you must follow? What are the, no no's and what are the yes. When the external help comes, she has to first fully sanitize herself. She has to be given clothes to change. She will be in fresh clothes when they move and come and work in the house. In the first phase, people talked about gloves should be there. So we provided gloves, masks, everything to the employees, their families, their workforce to ensure that they remain totally protected. We took some special medical insurance, not only for the family, for their parents also, because they were also equally vulnerable. Because if your employees are going to work, they can actually sometimes pass it on to their parents. So even for not only themselves, for their parents also we did. We also created infrastructure and institutionalized engagement with various hospitals, that should there be a need to get our employees admitted in some hospitals, how we can provide them that hospital support in a very extreme and emergency circumstances. All kinds of medical medicines, etc., were procured, kept in stock with the various hospitals for any emergency use. We also created a bank of concentrators at all locations, so that if there is an emergency requirement for concentrator to any employees, it is made available. They don't have to run around here and there for those things. So these are several measures that we took for our employees and their well-being.
Lastly, sir, experts are now sounding that we are almost going to have a third wave in around 6 to 8 weeks. So how is ITC preparing for this, or do you have any strategy to deal with it?
Yes, yesterday only, Randeep Guleria, Dr. Randeep Guleria made a statement that if people don't follow social distancing norm or COVID protocols, we will have third wave in 6 to 8 weeks. It is very scary. I don't think we are really ready to have a real challenge overcoming situation in a very short period of time, because Many people are saying that the third wave could be worse than second wave.
Yes.
And our healthcare infrastructure is not improved. So our strategy is that we keep our workforce totally protected going forward, not allow workforce to think or do as if it's business as usual. They have to continue to think that the pandemic is still there. Okay. In our mind, even though economy may have opened, lockdown may have been lifted, but pandemic hasn't gone anywhere. So a constant reminder to the employees that you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your family. You have to protect your business. So continue to work exactly that you were working in the last year and a half and remain protected and safe. So we are not going to allow ourselves or our employee to lower their guard.
That brings me to the end of this program. It was certainly a pleasure to have Mr. Anil Rajput. Thank you very much, sir, on joining on this very special broadcast. And there was a message for even for our viewers that don't take the guard off. The pandemic is still not over, and you have to take all necessary precautions to fight this extreme pandemic and very challenging times. So thank you very much, Mr. Anil Rajput, on joining this program. This is Amay Sathe for sarkaritel.com and diplomacyindia.com, signing off from New Delhi, India. Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you, Amay. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.